Red meat and Embla is quite important. We use a lot of fire cooking here, and the fat from red meat particularly picks up on that smoke really, really well. On top of that, the flavour that you get, the hard smoke, and then the slow cold grill and the really hard burn of things. There is a push for perfection in the way that we prepare things, and there's a constant push for the evolution of the food and to not stagnate. We've had some dishes on here that have been incredible and loved by every person that comes in, and we've taken them off not because it got boring, but because we felt we can do more, we can change, and we can keep cooking better and better and better. I've never been pushed by anyone as hard. He's an incredibly driven chef, and I love his style of food. I love the way that he cooks and the way he thinks about things. It's definitely like the hardest job I've ever had, but definitely the most rewarding.
I think probably like good food and delicious wine is probably our main kind of things that we offer. But I think what we've tried to do differently from the start is just the way we present it and our sort of hospitality style. Hopefully that's what makes us different. And at its core, it's actually really, really obvious and basic. You just kind of get nice people around, and you try to make them have a sense of belonging or sense of ownership, like it's their place. But a lot of it is putting good things together. You find good people and you just go for it. It's almost like you're infecting people with an energy, and you have to start with yourselves, you know. Dave and I, we have high standards, and we want to kind of impart those on other people. You can't just get good at something and then sit there and do that thing for the rest of your life. You want to be at the cutting edge of what we do, or we want to be leaders in our industry. We want to be driven by everybody else improving. I think we get along pretty well. We work quite independently. It's that kind of mutual understanding that we're both going to grow together and develop together. And you just feel with what you have, and you bring it together into something. And if it doesn't feel right, then you change it until it does, and you tweak things and you come up with something soulful and important.
He's always looking for a different way to do things, basically. A new way to present something, or a new way to cook something, or a new ingredient that might not get used often. Food is a little bit left to centre. Yeah, so it's a pretty small kitchen. There's 5 of us in there at all times. It gets pretty cramped, it gets pretty hot and noisy. You know, everyone knows exactly what they've got to do when they come into work, and yeah, it's just a really good, tight team. Yeah, it's awesome. We work together on the menus, and we'll both shoot off ideas at each other, and that'll sort of evolve into something that ends up being tested, and then we'll go back and test it a few more times, and it seems to work. But yeah, he's an awesome chef. You know, I'm quite interested in cooking sort of lesser known cuts of meat and trying to find a different way to cook it. They're more interesting, and they're a good way to find like a new way to do something that you wouldn't traditionally do. Our main sort of guideline is we don't really have a guideline. But aside from that, we just try and make food that tastes good. Like, that's the main thing.